What's up? 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 What is up? How are y'all doing today? It is Saturday, and I am your host, Emmanuel Eman Noisette. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for coming out tonight. I appreciate it so much. We are here to talk about a couple of things that happened over the week. What are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about a potential Rush Hour movie coming out. We're going to talk about. I'll give you my thoughts on Stranger Things season 5. So episodes 1 through 4 have come out, in case you did not know, and we might, maybe, get another Home Alone movie, and I'll give some thoughts on that. But we will talk about that and a couple other things. Listen, first and foremost, happy holidays. I don't know about y'all, but I am stuffed. I wanted to go live on Friday, but man, about them leftovers. Them leftovers was hitting, and I fell asleep. I'll just be honest with you. I fell asleep. I was ready. I had the topics ready to go, but your boy had that second plate, and I was done. I was done. So yeah, them leftovers took me out. They took me out. And yes, I'm gonna get me some more right after this. I'm gonna get some more right after this. But I hope you guys had a fantastic holiday. I hope y'all got some Black Friday shopping in. Hopefully they ain't break you off too much. But yeah, so let us first and foremost see who is here today. Let's see who's here today. We have got Dexter Reason. Good to see you. Appreciate you. The only Samke. Good to see you. Appreciate you. Eugene. Good to see you. Appreciate you coming through. Paul. Good to see you. Hello. Come on, man. Would not be alive without Miss Harper. Thank you so much. Even though she'll be on the replay gang, all good. Let's see. Mitch is here. Come on through. We got Kristen Pratt holding it down for the mod squad. Treese is here. Appreciate you. Come on, Jazia. Thank you so much. My man Terrence is here. Who else? King Chad is here. What is going on? Animals are cute. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Amanda's back. Appreciate you too. Talented one. What is going on? My man Theo is back. Minister Crush. Good to see you. Thank you so much. Let's see. Hey, shout out to the Bucks. Listen, I don't watch college, but I did watch my Bears. How about them Bears? Huh? What about them Philly Birds? Huh? Go Eagles, huh? Go Birds, huh? No. Birds get eaten around here. Because these Bears ain't here to play with y'all. Okay? We back. Put the word out on the street. We back. Chicago is in the building. Sorry, I had to get that out. My fault. Callow, what is up? Good to see you. My man Lou is back. Appreciate you. Chris, how you doing? Kid Mello, what is up? Thank you so much. Tracy Ann coming through. Who else did I see? Raymond, what is up? My man Mike is here. Appreciate you. T-Ville, how you doing? Tyra, hello. Let's see. Nisi is here as well. Hello. Jay, appreciate you coming through. Come on, Mama Jay is in the building, y'all. Come on through. Taz, how you doing? Tanya, I see you. Thank you so much. Lee, good to see you. Andrew, what is up? Jay, I see you. Who else did I see? First of all, let's go. The Bears. Okay. And shout out to everyone that has made it out tonight. I appreciate y'all. Yes, the drought is over, by the way. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. If I don't see enough topics to talk about, I'm not gonna force it. As much as I love to hang out and talk with y'all, I don't want to waste y'all time either. So if you see that I'm not going live on a Friday or Saturday, I'm either sick, maybe have family commitments, or the news is just dry. That's all. It's that simple. But I will always make sure that I do my best to see if there's something interesting, informative, or entertaining for you guys. Because at the end of the day, I'm here for y'all, right? I am here for y'all. But if I ain't got nothing to give y'all, I'm not gonna force it. I'm not gonna do that. First of all, let me say shout out to Terrence. Appreciate you, brother, for the $10 cash app. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you so much. Says happy holidays. Appreciate you, sir, so much for supporting the channel that way. Let's see who else. Tracy, did Kobe get any leftovers? He did not. No, he did not get. He got some leftover of his own food. If you mean that, yeah, that's listen. I have never I have gotten out of the mentality of giving him anything other than his own food. His own food. And the reason is because prior to Kobe, we were dog sitting another dog. Ugh, I hated that dog. That dog, that's another story for another day. That dog right there. Who we fought. Me and that other dog, we fought. I don't even remember that dog's name. I think it was Jojo. I think the dog's name was Jojo. Me and Jojo did not get along from the beginning. Anyway, we were giving Jojo other food instead of his food, and Jojo started getting spoiled. Jojo didn't want to eat nothing else until he got that food. I said, you know what? I'm never gonna get you. You got spoiled. So I just stick to the regular dog food. That way, you know what it is. You're not gonna get all uppity on me, trying to, be like, is that Cheesecake Factory? No. You're gonna eat what you get. So nah, he ain't getting no leftovers. But I will say he did he get some? No, his birthday is in January, so he does get like whatever those little dog ice creams or whatever. It's like some frozen treat for dogs or whatever. So he does get that on his birthday, and his birthday is right around my other kids, my middle kid's birthday. Did he get anything else? I don't think he did. We just celebrated my youngest birthday last week. So I think he sang happy birthday with us. I got to record that for y'all one day so y'all can see. He really does like sing happy birthday. Like whenever we sing happy birthday, he jumps in and he starts singing. He's just arf, 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 arf. Like it's something. Mike, what you got? Eman said feeling thick around the neck. Did I say that? Did I say that? What? I don't recall. I'm gonna have to go rewind. I'm gonna have to go rewind the tape. I don't know. Hey, if I did, pause. All right, let's get into some of the topics. I'm not gonna keep y'all too long or too late. I know it is late. So we don't and listen, around the holiday times, the movie stuff doesn't really pop off as much either. So don't be surprised if there aren't like big crazy headlines and stuff like that, so just FYI. Hold on, JN coming through. What up, E-fam? We're back. Yes, by the way, if y'all haven't tried it, seafood dressing with extra shrimp. I may have taken home 2 Tupperwares full with that Junior's cheesecake. Seafood dressing with extra seafood who is making seafood dressing? I did not know this was a thing. Who? Where? How? Where? See, JN, you be coming in here with some of these problematic dishes. Who is making? First of all, I love shrimp. I'm a big seafood guy. I love seafood, but seafood dressing? Listen, I try that. I would try that for sure. I need the hey man, listen. If I can't get it from like a store or a restaurant, don't tell me about it. Because I don't like this temptation. I don't like this temptation. But that sounds delicious. Oh man. Hey yo, Britt. Thank you so much. Let's see. Hey, I missed watching your lives, but I'm glad I caught it today. Happy holidays, E-Man and family. Happy holidays right back to you. And I missed y'all too. I missed y'all too. That's why I was kind of happy that I could actually get something together to talk to y'all about. So let us go ahead and get this party started. First off, we got some what are we doing with these? Let's do some quick updates first. Go over a couple of things. What do we have? So, AMC Theaters is launching a discount pass that will provide Stubbs loyalty members a 50% discount on a large popcorn every day. It's going to cost you $30 in a year. See, now, like, is this a deal? First of all, I think you have to ask yourself, do you get a large popcorn every single time? And how much? I feel like the only way this is going to add up, I did not do the math on this, but I feel like the only way this is going to really work is if you go to the movies often, like once a week, and you always get a large popcorn. Now, I know this will definitely come in handy for me and my wife because we can go straight, and I'm not dissing her at all. This is just her thing. We can come straight from dinner, have a 4-course meal. What up? She got to have her popcorn. Every time we go into a theater, she got to have her popcorn. So this right here might actually save me some money. But I don't know if this is something that's going to save everybody else some money. But y'all let me know. Do you like this? Is this something that can get you back in the theaters more often? I mean, we have talked about, listen, theaters, you lower that ticket price. That's one thing. You lower the food, you might get some more attention. You might get a little bit more attention. Y'all let me know if you like that or not. I think we can I'm just gonna jump into it. I'm just gonna jump into it. Ain't no setup for this. The first poster for Diddy's documentary, executive produced by 50 Cent, has been released. And it is now official. This Netflix documentary is coming December 2nd about Sean Diddy Combs. It's called The Reckoning. Now, remember, we was all joking and talking about, did he do it? First of all, that should have been the running title, and y'all should have stuck with that if that were true. Y'all should have done that. Second of all, the fact that this is actually real is killing me. This is coming out in 3 days. I need to watch this. I need to watch this because I don't know if this is going to be a comedy. I don't know if this is going to be too informative. I don't know what to expect. And that is exactly the level of anticipation that I'm going into with this. Because we know 50 Cent is one of the most petty individuals on the planet. He's been joking about this. He's been talking about this. Will you be watching? That's what I need to know. Will you be watching Sean Combs, The Reckoning, December 2nd? I feel like this is going to be must watch. I have to watch this. I have to. Y'all let me know. Now we have something for old school anime fans. We got a movie coming out apparently. I didn't know that this was a thing. But Noah Centineo, same guy that's playing Ken in Street Fighter, man, this man is getting work. He is in talks to star in the live action Gundam movie with Sydney Sweeney. Now, I am a big anime fan, but I'll be honest, Gundam Wing, Gundam Air, Gundam Solar, Gundam whatever, I don't get into Gundam. That's just one area of anime I never got into. Um, but I understand Gundam has a large following, especially for older anime fans. Let me just say old school fans. I'll put it that way. But I will also say, live actions don't always do too well. So I don't know if this is good news or bad news, but hey, there's a live action Gundam coming out, and good luck. Good luck. I can't say that's something I'm looking forward to at all, but I know some people are looking forward to it. Next up, we have a little conversation about AI. Now, we've talked about AI a couple times, especially when it came to the writer and actor strikes and stuff. And, you know, I think we just saw a couple actors actually sign over their rights to basically give up. I think who was it? Uh, James Earl Jones did it. I think Michael Caine has also done it, where basically they said, "Hey, you have the rights to my likeness or to my voice, and you can use AI for that in the future, right? Like even after they pass away." And I'm sitting here like, you know what? If actors want to do that, and as long as they getting paid, as long as their estate, their family is getting paid, I don't care. I don't care as long as nobody's being shady about it. But sometimes there are people that are being shady. And listen, some people ain't gonna sit for it. And Morgan Freeman is one of those people that ain't gonna stand for it because apparently he is taking legal action over AI clones who are taking his voice. He said, "I'm a little pissed off. Don't mimic me with falseness. I don't appreciate it, and I get paid for doing stuff like that. So if you're gonna do it without me, you're robbing me." He's not wrong. He's not wrong because whether it's a voice for an app or if it's a voice for a commercial, actors do get paid for that. And if you're using AI to copy that actor's voice, you are taking money out of his pockets. You are. So I fully support that. I think he is in the right to sue, and hopefully, people will stop doing that. I mean, listen, you can't take music and just use music however, whenever you want. So, what difference does that make when it comes to an actor's voice? So, I listen. I hope they pay, and I hope that creates a precedent that it respects the work. You gotta respect the work. You can't just sit here and take people's voice or whatever and just run with that. That's not cool. Um, Next up, we do have mm, I think that's why is this acting like that? I think that's it for the quicker updates. I think we can go ahead and move into TV. Yeah, let's do some quick TV stuff. So we just got a bunch of little things that are going on, things to kind of keep you posted on it. Um, One thing, and this show has been phenomenal, is Shogun. So Shogun season 2 will begin filming in January. It is going to be set 10 years after the first season. And of course, you're going to have Sonata and Jarvis come back and reprise their roles. I have to admit, I did not watch the last 2 episodes, I think. Um, I don't know. I just kind of fell off. Like I don't think it was bad at all. I think I got distracted with stuff. But Shogun is a very good show. So if you are interested, they are doing the season 2. It is going to continue. Now, keep in mind I think it was the showrunners or somebody was like basically like, we don't need to do a season 2. Like we don't for what, right? But y'all know how it goes in Hollywood. When you're doing good stuff and the money talks and the ratings are there, yeah, you're gonna have to do something, right? The studio gonna be like, yeah, okay, you don't want to do a season 2. This check says otherwise. And some people just fall in line, right? Next up, now listen, let me make something clear. Okay. I am here for y'all. Period. Okay. I'm gonna give y'all this update, and I'm gonna tell y'all one other thing because people was hitting me up about this constantly. Now, let me just drop it here. Listen, From season 4 has finished filming. Okay, they are done shooting. Now they're doing all their little post edits and all the different things and whatnot. The cast is done. They finished up. They wrapped, and we know it's coming out sometime in 2026. Now, let me just make this clear. When there is actual concrete news From, I will immediately jump on it. But something like this that doesn't really give us a date, it doesn't really give us any, the 2026, we kind of knew that. We knew it was going to be sometime next year, right? I'm not going to hold back information from y'all because some people are like, yo, I need them From updates. So do I. Me too. Right? I also would love the From updates as well. When there is news, I will let y'all know. I might make a whole separate live for that. Okay. So I'm not going to leave y'all hanging. Let me tell you something. When that trailer hits, we doing a live. Okay. When that trailer hits and we got some information, we got something to watch, just like we did last year, we going live. We going to talk about it. I'm not going to hide this information from nobody. So I need people to understand. I know some people are new here. E-Man is not going to hide information from y'all like that. I will let you guys know as soon as I know. As soon as I know. Promise. I promise. Shout out to the family. All right. Let's see. Oh, is it? Why is this not loading? I don't know why my stuff is acting all weird. Sorry, guys. I don't know why this is acting weird. Speaking of which, a show that we just recently covered extensively, and I'm glad to hear this as well. Alien Earth has been renewed for season 2. This is fantastic news. Because I am a fan of the Alien franchise. I absolutely loved what they did with the show overall. And I do believe that y'all owe us some answers. There's still more stuff that I need to know that I don't think that they fully covered. I don't think they fully covered everything. And it would be nice to go ahead and get some more information. So I am looking forward to this. I am hopeful for this. And I think it is going to be fantastic because the doors that they opened with this whole shenanigans with the hybrids and all this stuff and the companies and all that, that has got to be something that could probably even set up more movies too. So I'm looking forward to that. Next up, now y'all let me know. Has anybody watched this? Because I haven't watched this. But Doom Prophecy season 2 has begun filming, and this season is going to be 8 episodes long. If that is something that you are interested in, please feel free to let me know. I have not really heard a lot about Doom Prophecy. This is where I think they focus on the women or something like that. So I don't know. Like I don't know what to make of it. I don't know what to do with it. Maybe that's good. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But if anybody has watched it and if it is good, please feel free to let me know. Now this I do like, and I'm looking forward to this for sure. Them Dragons is back with a renewed season 4 releasing in 2028. Now, here's the thing. We haven't even gotten season 3 yet. Now, keep in mind, season 3 is coming out soon. I believe it's coming out this year. Here's my concern. My concern is Season 3 has yet to come out, and this is where we see and maybe even learn what really happens to the Targaryens and stuff. Because I think people think that they know what happened, but I don't think that it's actually what happened, because it would kind of defeat the purpose of the show. I think that we're going to learn something else. At the same time, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms is going to come out, I think, next year. It's coming out like in the springtime or something like that. And that is going to take place a couple years after the end of House of the Dragon. So now I'm really sitting here wondering, what are we doing? What are we doing? Are we is Knight of the Seven Kingdoms going to ruin things? Is that going to clash with now a season 4? Because I honestly thought that season 3 was going to be it for House of the Dragon, but it seems like we're going to get more. So I'm curious, how is this overlap going to work out? Because House of the Dragon takes place in the past. Knight of the Seven Kingdoms is a little bit further in the future. How they gonna make that work? I don't know. At this point, I do trust HBO in general. I know that they tend to do a good job with these things. So we'll have to wait and see. But hopefully they've planned that out and this ain't like gonna be some fumble. Next up, a little bad news, because I've heard that this was a good show. I have not watched it. I think some of y'all watch it. I'm a little surprised because it's on Peacock, but Poker Face has been canceled after 2 seasons. But Ryan Johnson, he is pitching a new version of the series with Peter Dinklage taking over as Detective Charlie Cale. So I don't know if I think some of y'all like this show. I've heard nothing but good things about Poker Face. So y'all can feel free to let me know if this is something that hurts. Does it need a 3rd season? Whatever you think, feel free to let me know in the comments. So I blame y'all for this. Because I don't know how this is still happening, but I do blame y'all, because y'all TV show is getting a 3rd season, Twisted Metal, on Peacock. Which one of y'all is to blame for this? Which one of y'all have been given this thing so many views that they say, you know what, run it back? Who did it? Don't see. Okay, we got one. Amanda, your fault. Okay. I hope y'all happy. I hope y'all are happy. Listen, enjoy it. Have fun. You like it, I love it. Next up, we have a little DC news, and that is a Jimmy Olsen series is officially in the works. This is going to follow the reporters tackling cases involving superpowered villains. Gorilla Grodd, if y'all remember him from the Flash, he is that super intelligent ape creature. He's going to be the main villain here, but apparently this is going to be focused on Jimmy Olsen. I have to tell y'all, I was not looking for this. He was fine as a side character in Superman, but I remember just hearing the news that, hey, we're going to do a whole series on Jimmy Olsen. I'm sitting here like, I don't care. At the same time, I had the same feeling for Creature Commandos, and I enjoyed it. It was a little weird, but I enjoyed it. James Gunn does, you know what, to be honest, I kind of had the same feeling with Peacemaker season 1. And I really enjoyed Peacemaker. I love Peacemaker season 1 and 2. Because who asked for Peacemaker? Right? So, on one hand, I really, really don't care about Jimmy Olsen or these reporters at all. I don't care. At the same time, I cannot dismiss the fact that when James Gunn tends to do these random things, sometimes they will work. Sometimes they will work. So, the fact that they said that it's going to be focused on other villains and stuff, my guess is that this is going to primarily focus on building up the DCU at large. So, and if it does that, fine, whatever. We'll see if that works. Anyway, ugh, I hate to come to this topic, but can't run away from it. Y'all president, y'all know, has a beef with South Park, and the creators had something to say because why are you getting political? Why are you doing the politics? You know the type. Well, the creators had something to say. They said that they're making jokes aimed at President Trump because politics became pop culture. Plus, Paramount are letting them do whatever they want to their credit, which is kind of wild. That is kind of wild. And they go on to say it's not that we got all political, it's that politics became pop culture. There's no getting away from this. It's like the government is just in your face everywhere you look. And you know what? They're right. They're right. Because trust me, I have been doing this for a long time, at least 5-6 years, going live, talking to y'all about the news and stuff. I don't want to talk about that. I really don't. But it keeps coming up. He keeps coming up. Do y'all remember the days when politics used to stay in its own lane? Do y'all remember the days when politics used to be boring? I loved those days. I loved only being able to tune in every 3-4 years and just be like, is it time to vote? Oh, okay. All right. Who's on the ballot? Okay, okay, all right. Yeah, you sound good. Okay, cool. And that was it. That was it. Now it's like, yo, every day, all the time, every time, you gotta be in the headlines. Ugh. Just shut up and politic. But I cannot blame South Park for this. I just can't. Because y'all literally comment on first of all, South Park comments on everybody and anything, right? Like it's you cannot say that South Park only picks on a certain type. South Park done talked about, roasted, joked about everybody, right? So the fact that they highlighting this, it's not that South Park is doing so much, it's more so that the other side is doing too much in our everyday lives. They got no choice but to talk about it. I feel like that's the same thing that happens with late night talk shows, right? Because I remember the late night talk shows, would they talk about politics here and there? Sure, right? But now they are all about politics, every single topic. And then, oh, by the way, we got a celebrity talking about a movie or TV show, but that's not the fault of the shows. They're used, it's just too much a part of our lives. Matter of fact, here's another example, which I really wish I could get away from, but I can't because it's crossing over. Donald Trump is once again calling for Jimmy Kimmel to be pulled off the air again after Kimmel made jokes about Trump's connections to them files. Whoa. He went on to say, why does ABC fake news keep Jimmy Kimmel, a man with no talent and very poor television ratings, on the air? Why do the TV syndicates put up with it? Also, totally biased coverage. Get the bum off the air. So we already talked about this already, right? Once again, this is the loudest dog whistle for the president, the government to infringe on free speech. That's what it is. I don't care what politics you subscribe to. That is what it is. You got to be able to call a spade. And if you can't, you're delusional. Okay? As an American, we have to be able to realize the basic fundamentals of what makes this country what it's supposed to be. And that is one of those things is freedom of speech. I don't want any government at all telling any entertainment, any news media, I don't care what side they bias or not. I don't want my government telling anybody or any business what they can or cannot do or say freely. Because here's the thing, as a consumer, as a citizen, I have the right to not watch them and make them go out of business that way. Right? That's capitalism. That's the free market. Hey, you want to have a show that's all about left-wing politics or right-wing politics? Guess what? Let the market decide. I don't need the government telling us or pressuring a news station or a TV station or the syndicates or anybody on what they can or shouldn't say or if they should be fired or not. That's not okay. It's not okay. Because once again, if you want to play political party sides, you're not going to like it if the other side does it to you, right? So it's not okay now, and it's not going to be okay ever, right? The only time, if I had to think of like a crazy exception would be if some sort of programming was like just really objectively, not subjectively, but objectively harming the public. That would be the only and that hurdle is so hard to get over because anybody can be like, oh, well, if you just don't agree with me, then that's a problem for the public. No. I need like a strict standard for something like that. But anyway, y'all president can't stay out the news, can't stay out the entertainment world, and this is what we have to deal with. This is where we are. So anyway, y'all let me know how you feel about those TV updates. Anything stand out that you really care about or that you are interested in, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. Speaking of which, I actually got some more quick updates. I think I jumped the gun on those a little too fast. Hold on one second. Mike, what you got? Unless you accidentally turn through C-SPAN, don't act like everyone ain't mocking Trump, though. What the hell? I mean, listen, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to deny that. Not going to deny that at all. But, and this is kind of like, it kind of goes back to the South Park conversation. I don't think you would have this level of attention if the call for attention was not constantly made, right? So, for example, there's a very big difference if a president issues a policy or a law or whatever, and people react to that. There's nothing wrong with that because policies and laws affect everyday people's lives. It does become a problem, I think, and I don't care what side does it, if you're making fun of someone's hair, but then you're making fun of or you're outraged over a tan suit. You know, like to me, both of those things, I don't care about neither one of those things, right? I care about the things that affect people's lives. But at the same time, you can't be sitting here truthing every single day, posting to social media, threatening people, issuing laws that are not lawful. You can't keep doing that and not expect for people to react as well. So, I reject the whole idea of people being like obsessed It's more of like, nah, we're living in a weird time where politics used to be boring and now it's constantly egging people on, and people are going to react to that. Why? Because everybody got a platform, everybody got social media, everybody want to be heard. So we're living in a crazy time right now. Crazy time. But you're right. You're right. Everybody does mock him, and I honestly I think he brings it on himself by constantly putting himself out there, and he likes attention. He likes attention. I I think what's crazy about this, and I'll get off of this soon. It's crazy to me nowadays when we actually have a day when we don't hear anything political. That's wild to me. I want to say this was around the time he got sick or something, and it was kind of like my phone not blowing up. I'm not getting all these news. What? That's going to be kind of wild when it gets quiet again. And I'm praying for that day. Anyway, let's go back. Let's do the quick updates again. I did have some other stuff here I forgot about. Let's see. Netflix has, if you recall, they have put in a bid for Warner Brothers, and they have told Warner Brothers that they will still release their movies in theaters if the studio does get acquired. Now, I think that this is actually kind of a game changer if they do that, because one of the bigger concerns with Netflix was, oh, well, if we get all of your libraries and stuff, we putting that all on Netflix. And that basically will kind of kill the studio. It might even really harm the theater business, the industry, and all that. So the fact that they are at least making a commitment to still drop things in theaters, I think that's actually pretty good. Now, I still don't think Netflix is going to win this bid. Not unless they, I mean, we already talked about how there is political pressure. You know, the president, the FCC, they've already got their thumb on the scale, and they want Paramount to basically buy and absorb WB. So I don't know how that's going to work unless Netflix just makes them an offer they can't refuse. Netflix does got they got the funds. They got the funds, but whew, that's going to be tough. But I do like the idea that they will at least still give us theatrical releases. My concern is that they'll probably be cheap about it and be like, "Oh yeah, we'll drop it in theaters for 2 days, then it's going straight to Netflix." Ha ha ha! Ha. I could see them do some nonsense like that because the Netflix execs, they really believe in the sit your butt at home, Netflix and chill, not that way, mentality. They really do believe in that. Next up, oh, look at this. Look at this. Finally, Tom Cruise has won an Oscar. He just got an honorary Oscar at the Governor's Awards. Good for him. Good for him. It's kind of sad because these don't feel as weighty as actually winning an Oscar, right? We've seen I want to say Denzel won one. We've seen Sam Jackson won before. Like, this feels like, hey, we messed up, take this participation trophy type of thing. That's what these feel like, right? Personally, I still think, Tom Cruise needs to get the very first stunt award. If it's not him, it needs to be Jackie Chan and then Tom Cruise. I don't care what the movie is for. Y'all could do that. Yes, Angela Bassett also got one. I feel like these are the we effed up, we messed up awards. Here you go. Don't say we never gave you nothing. That's how these feel. We screwed you over for years. You've been putting out great work, and we just wanted to go with the flavor of the month at the time. So, but good for Tom Cruise. At least he got something. I'm sure it means something to him. And that's all that really matters, right? Moving on, we have oh, another good thing. Now, this already happened, but shout out to the late great Chadwick Boseman. He already did get his Hollywood Walk of Fame. So he does have his name on the street. And it was a nice little ceremony. Ryan Coogler showed up. Um, Michael B. Jordan was there. Obviously a lot of the cast from Black Panther was there. His family was there as well. And yeah, it was a nice little ceremony, really honoring and a little late in my opinion. I think he should have been had one, but better late than never. So shout out to Chadwick. I think we're going to talk about a little Black Panther a little later. We're gonna throw a little something in there. Just a little something. Next up, just a little interesting, since we were talking about Netflix and all that. The GOAT is back. James Cameron says that Netflix films should not qualify for the Oscars. Now, this has been an ongoing debate in Hollywood for a minute. And he says here that the Oscars mean nothing to me if they don't mean theatrical. Netflix should be allowed to compete if they put the movie out for a meaningful release in 2,000 theaters for a month. Now, I mean, I don't know how much this matters to average people, but I think that there is an argument here to be made. Now, obviously, James Cameron is a stickler for the theaters. He comes from the old guard. I don't know if there are any Netflix movies, like movies that came straight to Netflix, that I'd be like, oh yeah, this got to get an Oscar. I can't recall. And I think part of the reason for that is when you watch a certain movie at home versus at the theaters, I think a lot of stuff changes. I think your attention span changes when you're in a theater versus at home. I think your expectations are different, because if you're watching at home, expectations are probably lower for a movie compared to you get up, you get dressed, hopefully you wash your hands and wash your butts, you go out, you spend money, you sit down, you're around strangers, you're in the dark, and you're trying to make sure that this movie basically, entertains you and makes all of your money and effort and time worth it, versus staying at home in your pajamas, pausing, playing on your phone, maybe eating, doing other stuff in the background. So, I can understand how he would come to that position. And I would actually argue that I agree with him, right? If you want to compete with everybody else that's busting their butts to make movies a communal experience, which is very different than just making a movie and letting people watch it at home, I do think that you should meet the same standards. But y'all let me know, do y'all agree with the GOAT? Do y'all think that he's on point with this? Is he just, talking, and maybe he doesn't have a point? Whatever you think, feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments. Last but not least, we also have Oscar Isaac, aka Moon Knight. He says that he is open to returning to Star Wars, but he is doubtful about Disney after they suspended Jimmy Kimmel. Remember, they suspended Jimmy Kimmel after the whole, FCC thing and the government, infringing on free speech. Remember that. And he says, listen, I'd be open to it, although right now I'm not so open to working with Disney. Keep in mind, Disney also owns Marvel. That also means Moon Knight. But if they can kind of figure it out and, not succumb to fascism, that would be great. Fascism. Boy, did we not just talk about that? Just in case, because I feel like somebody gonna be like, man, what's fascism mean? Let's get the definition real quick. I'll let the AI just let y'all know what it is. Fascism is a far-right, authoritarian, and ultra-nationalist political ideology characterized by the centralized autocratic government, a dictatorial leader, and the suppression of opposition. In other words, it is when the government says, hey, All the power is going to be right here. I don't care about them other branches, them other areas. Power is going to be right here. Y'all going to listen to this one person. I'm going to act like a dictator. I don't care what no other country say. And if anybody opposes me, you're fired or worse. That's fascism. And if you need a living example, think about the 1930s and Hitler. That Hitler is where fascism was our real life example. So Oscar Isaac is basically saying, I don't want to work with Disney. I don't want to be in no Star Wars. I don't want to be in no Marvel stuff. If y'all gonna bend the knee to fascism. I mean, I can't. I understand. You know, my man has a standard, and he's standing on that. He is standing on that. So cannot be mad at that at all. Speaking of which, by the way, let me see if I have this. And this is actually more of a TV thing. I almost forgot all about this. Thank you who brought that up. Puma, thank you for that. Appreciate you for reminding me. V for Vendetta is also getting a TV series. So, how timely could that be? Remember the Ides, what is it, of November? Peter Jackson is attached to this. James Gunn and Peter Safran will executive produce. Woo, man. That it started off as a comic, and it debuted in 1982. Let's see. Let me get this here for y'all. For those of y'all that don't know about V for Vendetta, the story is set in Britain in a dystopian, not too distant future, which the country is controlled by the fascistic Norse Fire Party, an anarchist named V, known for his distinctive Guy Fawkes mask, seeks to topple the government with the help of Evie Hammond, a young woman V rescued from the country's secret police. Ooh-wee! The timing for this. My question is, how much are y'all going to adapt this to the real world? Let's just put it out there. Let's just put it out there. Is V gonna fight ICE? Could you imagine? Ooh, boy, they about to do it. They about to do some things with this. I got a feeling about that. It is not going to play around. It is going to be something, I think. But y'all let me know. Are y'all interested in the V for Vendetta? Is that something that you would like to see? Feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. All right. Next up, we have got let's see. We got some movie updates. Hold on. Let me grab these first. JN, this is dangerous if the powers that be force a sale to a certain company. But rumor is if Netflix gets WB, Snyderverse is back. Why would you put that out there? And who put that rumor out there? Can we not? Can we not? So let me address that. First of all, I don't know who or what this rumor is coming from. I reject it, but I would say this, especially if you watched season 2 of Peacemaker, right? We already know that the multiverse exists in the DCU, right? What does that mean? That means that the Snyderverse is not technically dead because it's probably part of a multiverse somewhere, somehow. Second thing, if you guys recall, back when James Gunn was first becoming an executive of the DCU and all of that, he had meetings with Gal Gadot. He had meetings with Jason Momoa. We already know what he did with that. He had meetings with Henry Cavill. And one of the things that he basically said, or at least that was reported, was that they have something for them, right? There's something somewhere where those characters, those roles can still be alive. Now, I think a more realistic outcome that will happen with the Snyderverse is probably going to be very similar to what we're going to see in Avengers Doomsday, and maybe even Secret Wars. The same way that we are probably getting the Fox X-Men to come in and to just sit here, and maybe have a cameo, do a couple fights or whatever in a movie. I think that is the furthest extent of Snyderverse anything that we will get. I think what is unrealistic is believing that the Snyderverse is going to come back. They're going to live in the Elseworlds. We're going to keep on having more movies. It makes no good business sense. It doesn't make sense because, for one, audiences were not jiving with it. Let's just be honest. The Snyder fans were, and that's fine, but not enough of the general audiences were jiving and gelling with the actual Snyderverse. It was not making the type of returns that it could have. Lastly, you're not going to be able to it died out, not going to work with the audiences. And it doesn't make sense because James Gunn just went all out of his way to create a whole new universe. He's doing an entire other DCU. Why on God's green earth would he even try to revive something that was not completely successful to undo all the stuff that he's currently doing? It's too much. So yeah, even if that rumor is out there, that would be an incredibly dumb decision. If you want to feature some of the Snyderverse people, that's fine. Feature them in a multiverse story or something, that's cool. But like trying to bring back the whole universe, no. That's not it. Puma, listen, hey man. You asking about that 1 versus 20? I was not being serious about that. Like that's not a real thing. I'm saying, like, if Jubilee wanted to actually do that, if they wanted to host it, I would love it. If some other company or somebody else wanted to host it, I would do that. But that's not real. That's not real. Nobody is like actually going to set that up. No, first of all, don't nobody want that smoke. Let's be honest. Don't nobody want that smoke. But unfortunately, as much as I know we love the recast T'Challa conversations and all that, I don't believe that it is a big enough topic for anyone to really take and to bring to that level, unfortunately. But if that happened, I would do it. Would I set it up? No, I'm not gonna set it up. But if somebody else set it up, hey, yeah, sure, I would volunteer. But no, don't take that as like, that's something that's like actually in the works happening. That's not a thing. All right, let's move on to the quick movie updates. What do we have here? Oh, some more GOAT news. The runtime for Avatar Fire and Ash has been listed as 3 hours and 15 minutes. All right. James Cameron has made long movies. The last movie was long. I think it was like 2 hours and 45 minutes. 3 hours and 15 minutes in a theater. If you don't put an intermission in that like, I need, if politics, the government ever gonna step up, I need y'all to start making a law. If any movie is over 3 hours long, you must include an intermission. You got to give people a break. This is ridiculous. I'm not saying I'm not going to watch all of the movie. I am going to watch all the movie. But come on. 3:15? I mean, don't drink nothing. Don't drink nothing. Y'all better empty out before you get in there. Golly. Whew. Like that's like 2 movies. You could literally go to a movie, watch it, go watch another back-to-back feature, and you gonna walk out at the same time as the people that walked in for Avatar. That's nuts. Now the GOAT, James Cameron, he gonna do what he do. I understand that, but golly, bro, like, whew, man. But who gonna check him? When you make movies that happen to be the all-time highest selling, back to back to back to back to back, like, who gonna check you? Man, bad news. The live action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Last Ronin movie is no longer happening. This is terrible. I was really actually looking forward to this. I was really excited to see a Ninja Turtles movie that had a much more dark and mature storyline. Um, I didn't read the comic, so I don't know how it ended. I know the basic premise of it. Basically, one of the Ninja Turtles is still alive. He's avenging the death of his brothers. So, I ain't gonna spoil it for y'all, but part of it is trying to figure out who this guy, which one it is. But I think this would have made a fantastic movie, especially for the 80s babies, 90s kids that grew up with the first Ninja Turtles movie, which I still love to this day. I mean, that movie had a little bit of darkness in it. The comics were also kind of dark, if you want to be real about it. So I'm sitting there thinking, like, man, this is kind of a miss. But keep in mind, this is also because Paramount, it has been bought out, and because of that buyout by Skydance or whatever, they are trying to take the Ninja Turtles on a different path. What they want to do is basically what they did with Sonic. So the way you have Sonic 1, 2, and 3, they want to do that with the Ninja Turtles, which kind of gives me the impression y'all want to make this something for the young kids. I don't know. Personally, I don't know why y'all can't do both. I mean, we've had multiple Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies already. We've had multiple animated series and stuff. I don't see why you don't just let this rock, because you have an entire generation that grew up with this. You also have the familiarity with younger audiences who know of the Ninja Turtles. Make this thing rated R. It's not going to make you $1 billion, but I definitely think it could make you some good money. I would watch this. I would watch this, but yeah, I guess they're chasing that other kind of money for the series. They rather make a whole bunch of little things, sequels or whatever. We'll see how that works out for them or not. Let's see. We got an update here for Toy Story 5, which I still think y'all should have ended Toy Story after part 3. Part 4 was kind of boo-boo. It was kind of a drag. It felt like a rehash of everything. But we're on to Toy Story 5, and they do have a different concept. They do have a different concept. And the concept now is focused on how nobody's really playing with toys anymore. Technology has changed everybody's lives, but we're asking what that means for us and to our kids. We can't just get away with making tech the villain. So, I mean, that is kind of interesting, right? I mean, let's be honest, and I'm not judging nobody, but I do walk around and I see a lot of kids with more tablets than action figures or dolls and things of that nature. And I understand it, as a parent, I get it. Listen, sometimes it's just like back in the day when the TV used to babysit us, but I mean, I came from a generation where, yeah, I definitely watch my TV, but I have my action figures, right? And the beauty of that, of having, whether y'all kids playing with Barbies or they playing with action figures or whatever, the beauty of it is it helps their imagination, because if you letting the entertaining or the tablet do all the entertaining for them, their brains are never really going to get stimulated. They're not going to be able to be creative. They're going to start becoming dependent on other stuff. And I hope, and I don't know if they do this in the movie or not, but and y'all let me know if your own kids have done this. One of my biggest pet peeves with my kids, and we stopped this immediately, was when I came into their room and I saw them watching a YouTube of other little kids playing with their toys. I was like, what the? Keep in mind, my girls got their own little room and they got Barbie playhouses and the Barbie car and all this stuff. They got all these dolls and stuff everywhere. Y'all would rather sit there, let them things collect dust, and watch some other little kid play with their Barbie dolls and stuff. Turn that off. Turn that off right now. Like, what is happening? What is happening? And I get it. You also have that same, the other phenomenon of kids, instead of playing video games, they'd rather watch some other person play video games for like 5 hours straight. Listen, I don't know. Maybe I'm too old for it now. I came from a time where it's like, listen, you can watch other people, but then you're going to go do what you want to do at the same time. It can't just be either or. So I don't know. That's kind of wild to me. Let's see. Oh, can y'all help me with this? And God, I feel old. Now I really feel old. What the hell is a Labubu? And why is it getting a movie? What is a Labubu? Because Labubu got a new movie coming out, and I don't know what this is. I don't know why this is. Is this a Pokemon? Is it a Digimon? Is it a Beanie Baby? What is a Labubu? And does it need a movie? Somebody got to help me. Somebody got to help me, because I don't know what is this, the new Cabbage Patch? Is that what it is? All right. I need to talk to my sister, because apparently she collects these things, and I'm sitting here like, I mean, do these things talk? Do they got powers? Are they like Care Bears? Like, I don't know. I know I'm dating myself so bad, but you have a Serene Labubu. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Is a Serene? What is a Serene Labubu? Are they all Labubus? Or is one of them called Labubu? Like, I don't. Do they have powers? Can they fight? Like, what is the purpose of them? Oh, well, I hope y'all enjoy the movie. Y'all have fun with it. What else? We got some more movie stuff. ScarJo is going to be in Mike Flanagan's new Exorcist movie. First and foremost, ScarJo is a fantastic actress. Love her in a lot of the stuff she does. But Mike Flanagan, man, Midnight Mass. If y'all have not seen Midnight Mass, I love that movie or that series so much. But this is interesting because this is not, from what I understand, going to be a sequel to the last Exorcist movie. So I believe this is going to be its own Exorcist movie, maybe starting its own thing. My question is, like, what is ScarJo going to do in this? Like, is she gonna, because usually the Exorcist has something to do with a little girl getting possessed or a child getting possessed. Is ScarJo going to get possessed? Is she just going to be the mother of someone who gets possessed? Is she going to be a priest of some sort? Like, what I'm interested in seeing what the kind of difference is going to be, because The Exorcist, listen, that was for a lot of people, especially in the older generations, this messed up a lot of people. This movie scared a lot of people. It tore up a lot of folks' imaginations. Now, I mean, I could watch it and I'm just like, whatever. But listen, back in the 70s, this thing was killing folks, mentally. Like, so anyway, I would love to see what he does with this. I really like Mike Flanagan as a director and writer. I think he does a really good job with these things. So we'll see. Here's another movie coming out. I don't even remember the second one, but apparently Orphan 3 is a thing, and it's called Orphans. Orphans. First of all, the first Orphan movie was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Loved it. I think I don't even remember the second one. I think the second one was a prequel. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. I think the second one was a prequel. Basically, like, how did the orphan become whatever she is? I'm not gonna spoil it for y'all who haven't seen it. If you haven't seen Orphan and you don't know what it's about, or not, please just jump into it. Just try your best not to see no spoilers. Just jump right into it because it does have a fun little ending. But the fact that they calling this Orphans and it's a sequel, I have no idea what to expect. So I'm gonna need a trailer or something because I need to know how are y'all about to make this any different or better, and why should I care? Next up, oh my god, here's another sequel I did not even remember. They said that they're trying to make another Zombie Land for 2029. Says we're starting to talk about that. I mean, I like the first Zombie Land. I don't remember the second one. And I don't know why there's any desire to make a third one. Did y'all watch the second one? Did it make you want to see a third one? I don't remember that feeling of like, oh man, I'd love to see more of this. And I feel like they just getting at the point where they're like, man, we just gonna keep on doing sequels. We just gonna keep doing sequels for whatever reason. Never mind whether or not it's actually good or not. But I don't remember the second one. I don't even feel like rewatching it. But whatever. Oh God. Oh, speaking of which, Sharknado, an origin movie, is in the works, and this will release next year. This is another thing I blame a lot of y'all on. Because why did anyone watch the first Sharknado? Why? The moment y'all put money in these studios' pockets, they look at that like the green light to keep doing more. Like I'm glad I stayed away from this. I have never watched a Sharknado movie. I think there's like 3 of them. I think. But the mere fact that they want to continue doing this is atrocious. This should be this should be prohibited. And I hope it's something that they're not trying to put in actual theaters. That's ridiculous. Let's see. We do have another update for Jumanji 3 will be the final film in the franchise. It feels emotionally appropriate for our beloved Jumanji franchise to end on this beautiful grace note of our final film, says The Rock. Well, that automatically sounds like it'll be number 1 on iTunes. Because what are you going to do? I'm sorry. What did y'all say? There are 5 Sharknado movies? Jesus. How? Who funded that? Oh my God. Oh man, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I thought there was 3, and I thought 3 was enough. 5? Jeez. Anywho, Jumanji. I like the first one. First of all, shout out to Robin Williams. Right, the original one was still the best. Still the best one. Still the best. The first new redone Jumanji, it was all right. It was cool. It had some funny little jokes. Kevin Hart, The Rock, great combination. Shout out to Jack Black, and all that. Like, they did a good job with that movie. Second one, wasn't really feeling it as much. You know, they were trying to reverse the roles and all that stuff, and I'm just like, okay, what's the next gimmick? And now I'm really at this point where I'm like, this third one, and and no shade at all. But The Rock ain't really on the hottest streak right now. He's not he's not really making a whole lot of movies that are inspiring people. There was a time when The Rock was so hot as an actor, as a movie star, he was getting people to watch him in a movie jump from skyscrapers. Like the movie never made sense to me. Just Rock just jumping, just skyscraper. Let me yeah, I was just like, what? But now it seems like the juice is gone. The juice is gone. I feel like at this point, the best thing he got left is probably one of the Fast and Furious movies. Sad to say, but that might be it. That might be all he got left. I feel bad, but we'll see. Um. Ooh. Okay. Here's something. I need to remember. I haven't seen this yet, but there's already talks of an F1 sequel. Brad Pitt, Damson Idris, and I've heard this was so good. All right, uh have y'all seen F1? I have it too. I think I'm gonna go watch it tonight. Because I have not seen it. But I heard this was a good, nice little racing flick. So if you enjoyed it, they in talks of making a sequel. I'm assuming that's a good thing. Man, I feel bad that I did not see it yet, but I will go check that out. Oh, okay. We do have some good news. Um, uh-oh. Um, John Boyega says that he will be working on Attack the Block Part 2 very soon. His next project will be a horror film that he will star in with Cara Delevingne, I believe, Delevingne. But hey, Attack the Block was solid. Solid. That that's probably the introduction for a lot of people to John Boyega. But like to make a sequel, now I don't know how and where they go with that. That's going to be the more interesting part. But if you have not seen Attack the Block, please go do that. Please make sure you go check that out. But I like this idea. I'm here for a sequel. That movie was definitely very surprising. I did not think that it was going to be what it was, and I had a good time with it. I don't remember a lot of it though, so I actually have to go back and rewatch it. But I do remember liking it a lot, so I'll check that out. Um, we got a new movie coming out. Apparently, a Jessica Rabbit movie is in the early works. Oh boy. For those of you that don't know, Jessica Rabbit is the wife of Roger Rabbit. And I don't know about y'all, but Jessica Rabbit was, for many young boys, their window to puberty, and put it that way. That was the first time I think a lot of little boys questioned, could I? It was the first time we was like, I wonder if I could have a cartoon girlfriend. You just sat there and was like, because the movie had live action and cartoons interacting. And it's so funny. You're right. It's not for kids. But I watched that movie over and over and over. I wore that VHS tape out. Just My question is, what y'all finna do for this? Oh my god! If y'all put Sydney Sweeney in this, that's gonna be a problem. You know what? I would have said back in the day, like if this was 10 years ago, maybe Scarlett Johansson could have done it. I think. I think she could have done this. But what is this movie even going to be about? What is this movie like? What is her origin story? I don't know. I don't know. My introduction to her was always Roger Rabbit, and that was it. So I don't even know if she has a backstory. I don't know, but apparently they're talking about doing an origin movie for this. I feel like, depending on, first of all, is this even live action? We don't even know if it's live action. It could be animated. I think that could be the cool thing if you do that. If you still keep it animated, but in the live action world, that might be how you can get it to work. But if you do live action, that'll also be pretty interesting too. Man, oh man. Man, that brings back some memories right there. That's some interesting memories. Y'all let me know how you feel about a Jessica Rabbit movie. Is that something you'll be watching or not? Next up for the movie stuff, we do have Avengers news, and this is something that we go through this every couple of years. Just, are you gonna be in the Avengers movie? You gonna be in the Avengers movie? Are you gonna be in the Avengers movie? Elizabeth Olsen says that she will not return as Scarlet Witch in Avengers Doomsday. She didn't say nothing about Secret Wars. She says, I want to see her return. What they've done with her is really great, and I love the journey she's taken. So, like I said, they didn't say nothing about Avengers Secret Wars, right? But of all people, because we've heard from some liars, right? We've heard from certain people, oh, I'm not in this movie. Oh, I'm not in this movie. Yeah, whatever. I actually believe her. I feel like Elizabeth Olsen is that type where she don't have to lie. Like, I feel like she's just kind of like, no, I'm just not in it. I'm not in it. I ain't there. You know, I believe her. I believe her. I don't think so. And plus, like, what would Scarlet Witch really do in this movie? Actually, I'll take that back. She could do a lot. But I think if anything, she would make more sense in Secret Wars. Because imagine if Doctor Doom found a way to kidnap Franklin and also, let's say he saved Scarlet Witch. That would be amazing. That would be insane. To use the power cosmic and to use that chaos energy to create a battle world. Nuts. What else do we have? Oh, we do have confirmation that Sadie Sink has been cast in Avengers Secret Wars. I think this right here, because keep in mind, she's also been cast in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Now, we don't know what her character is. I feel like because she's in this, it might give a little bit more credence to the whole rumor and belief that maybe she could be Jean Grey. That's one of the rumors, right? Hey, we got a redhead. There we go. Right. So maybe she's a young Jean Grey. How old is Sadie Sink? Can somebody pull that up? I want to say she probably like early 20s, something like that now. But they do want to go with a younger X-Men, right? Like the cast of X-Men, she's 22. So the cast of X-Men, they want to go younger. Yeah, you can find you a 22, 23-year-old. And first of all, she looks younger than that. Like even in Stranger Things, which we'll talk about later, she still looks teenish, which is great, right? Because that means you could play a little bit longer. Um, but yeah, what role is she gonna play? Obviously, if she's getting in Spider-Man and in Secret Wars, not Doomsday, but Secret Wars, something tells me um I'm smelling X-Men. That's what I'm smelling. I'm smelling X-Men. All right, that's it for the quick movie stuff. You guys let me know anything, topics that you like, care about, whatever you think. Let me know in the comments down below. Um, let's see. What's are we good on time? Okay. I ain't gonna keep y'all too long. Colin Farrell has a new movie that he is working on, and apparently this is also from the Russo brothers team, I believe. Um, let's see. It says here that it's an action thriller called Ordained. So this is coming under the Russo brothers production company or whatnot. And it says here that Farrell will star as Father Roy Craig, a priest who performs the last rites on mob bosses who miraculously survives. So it's a mob boss who does survive, but not before confessing his crimes to the father. Soon after Father Roy finds himself targeted by hitmen, corrupt cops, and gangsters, all sent by the mob boss who wants to silence him. But Father Roy secretly has a violent past that makes him a much more dangerous target than anyone could imagine. And one other thing, um, the John Wick writer, Derek Kolstad, is going to be writing the script and will produce. So this definitely has some priestly John Wick vibes to it. And after Colin Farrell, I mean, listen, Colin Farrell is one of those extremely talented actors who I remember, I want to say in the early 2000s, he was not on the best streak, but afterwards, he would do these little passion projects. And this dude would like really act his tail off. Now, we already know based off of what he did in The Penguin, ain't nobody questioning this man's talent. But this sounds like a pretty interesting and fun John Wick-ish type of movie. And I'm here for it. I like it. I like the sound of this. But you guys let me know. How do you feel about Colin Farrell's new movie? Does this sound like something that you would be interested in watching? Does the premise sound interesting or not? Feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. All right, we got three more things we'll talk about. I think we got Rush Hour, Home Alone, and then we still got to talk about Stranger Things. I'm gonna save Stranger Things for last, just because I know some people haven't seen it yet, so I'll save that for last. Let's do Home Alone. Let's talk about that. So, for anybody who does not know, Home Alone, 1 and 2. We're not going to talk about the others because there have been others, but 1 and 2 have been probably a staple in maybe even Christmas viewing. It might those because they are Christmas movies. But Macaulay Culkin has clearly, become a superstar because of those movies, or at least at the time he was. And I didn't know anybody who didn't know about Home Alone. Like that movie had everybody in a chokehold. It was fantastic. So while they tried to make sequels without Macaulay Culkin, um, himself and the director, I think it was Chris Columbus or something like that, um, they both were like, nah, we ain't down with that. The third movie was terrible. I think they tried to do something on Disney Plus, also trash. So it never really got its footing again. And I think the difficulty now is how do you make another Home Alone movie that makes sense in today's world? Because think about it. They didn't have like cell phones like that. They didn't have the internet like that back in the 90s when they did this. So a lot of the situations made more sense for the times, right? But today, let's just be honest. First of all, and let's just address the biggest elephant in the room from the very beginning. I don't care how many kids you got. Ain't no way you forgetting your whole kid. Ain't no way. You're not forgetting your whole kid by the time you made it all the way to the airport with all them other kids. All them other kids. Not one person gonna be like, hey, where's the other one? Not one person. That in itself, we had to have suspended belief with. But it also did set up one of the best scenes in the movie. Right? Like that was that when the mom finally realized that was a classic. That's a classic. And the whole movie is a classic. Let me just say that. The whole movie is a classic. But Macaulay Culkin has come up with his idea of or a pitch for another Home Alone movie. And I wanted to share that with y'all because I thought it was kind of interesting. He says here, I kind of had this idea. I'm either a widower or a divorcee. I'm raising a kid and all that stuff. I'm working really hard and I'm not really paying enough attention. And the kid is kind of getting miffed at me. And then I get locked out. So Kevin's son won't let him in. And he's the one setting traps for me. So, in other words, instead of having the robbers trying to break into the house, it's going to be this dad trying to break in to his own home while his own son is setting up traps for him. He says the house is some sort of metaphor for our relationship, and his character has to get let back into his son's heart, kind of deal. So let me just say, I'm gonna give him an A for effort. That's an A for effort. I hear you, but I'm gonna also pass. I'm gonna pass on that because first and foremost, I don't care what kind of relationship you got with your kids. How they gonna sit here and set up booby traps to like harm you? Like, what are we talking about? Second of all, well, let me just say this is definitely going to be a cultural difference in parenting. I wish my kids would lock me out the house and think that we're going to have some fun and games. I'm gonna tell them 5 words, and I bet you I'll be in that house in 10 seconds or less. Because what are you doing? What are you doing? So, you know, I think that if you made this a short movie, like a little 30-minute fun type of thing, maybe, you know, but I ain't no way I can see that working. And you know what? Listen, maybe that is just another sign that this movie just does not need to be made. Maybe. And you know what? That's okay. There are certain movies that you just don't need to remake because they work for the time, they work for that generation, that audience, and that's it. That's it. I see y'all talking about Bebe's kids. First, that's what I'm talking about. That wouldn't even work here. Unless the son was adopted or something and but even Bebe's kid, first of all, Bebe's kids is a classic. That is a classic as well. I love that. When they had the roast session, I remember crying real tears when this man said, "Your mama's so dumb." She heard the weatherman say, it was chilly outside and she went out with a bowl. Ah, like that whole movie was fantastic. Now that's something I would not mind if they did a remake of that. If you actually got some real comedians and you got some real jokes in there, I would not mind that. I would not mind a Bebe's Kids revival because I feel like that's something you could actually redo. You could redo that. But this Home Alone, I can't. Listen, again, A for effort. But nah, man, nah, I don't see this. I don't see this. But y'all let me know. How do you feel about another Home Alone movie? Is this something that you think would be worth it? Do you think that this is something that has potential? Whatever you think, feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. All right. Let's see. Oh man, King Chad. Hold on, my man Reese. What's up? Happy birthday. Chad would be 49. Chadwick Boseman would be 49. Correct. Thank you for that. You said here that you got to meet Derek Boseman and his brother, Kevin Boseman. You got to hold Chad's Starfront. That is amazing. Then you went to the celebration for Chad. Ooh, at the church. That is pretty cool. Oh, I'm so jealous. You gave Chad's brothers cards like you did with me. Yes, I actually do still have all of your cards down here. Thank you, Reese. I appreciate you so much. And I'm very happy that you had an opportunity to go out there and celebrate. That is wonderful. Fantastic. Let's see what else. Okay, actually, that's a dang. I'll save the Black Panther name for later. Let's go talk about Rush Hour. So we talked about movies that are being remade, coming back, and all that stuff. And for a while, it has constant. I mean, I feel like the conversation has been coming up just as much as Friday. Where's Friday? You know, the other Friday. Bring back Chris Tucker, all of that, right? And it's just not happening. And a similar conversation has been had when it came to Rush Hour for a long time. Matter of fact, I just saw an interview with Jackie Chan on a red carpet, and they asked him, like, yo, would you want to do another Rush Hour? Are you interested? And he was like, yeah, like, let's go. You know, Jackie was like, man, y'all better hurry up before I get too old, though. You know what I'm saying? So I get it, right? And you know, they listen, Rush Hour was a fantastic movie that came out. I liked one, I liked two. I don't know about three. Three kind of felt like a little bit of a stretch, but it was great for the time. I don't know if you need a part four. I don't know if you need it. Once again, it's like when you go back to a well over and over and over, especially with these comedies, I don't know if that's still going to work today. You know, like I don't know if that is going to be something that is really going to get the people going. I mean, shout out to Jackie Chan. When was the last time we saw Chris Tucker in a movie? I don't. Do y'all remember? I don't remember. Does he still have it? But it looks like it don't matter what we think because Deadline has confirmed that Paramount is releasing the next Rush Hour sequel from director Brett Ratner. Of course, it's not that simple. Now Ratner had some situations going on. He had an essay case, or he was accused of that for assault. He sued for defamation. Both sides kind of called it quits in 2018. And he recently directed a documentary about First Lady Melania Trump. Oh, that's right. Yes. Just when you thought we would get away from it, we're back. And yes, in case you were wondering, that's why this movie is back on the table. because reportedly President Trump pressed the Ellisons, who run Paramount, to revive the Rush Hour franchise. So we have a Rush Hour 4. And I don't know if any of y'all asked for this, but we have a Rush Hour 4 because the government insisted on it. Once again, just one, I mean, what is happening? What is happening? Like, let me just say once again for the record, I don't want politicians and the politics telling entertainment, news, what to do or what not to do. Like, go take care of citizens. We got people dying because of healthcare. We got people that have real life situations going on. I don't need you weighing in on whether a movie that no one asked for should be made or not. Why are you talking to the movie studios? For what? For what? Ah, y'all, I cannot. When is it over? 2028? Maybe, hopefully. Anyway, how do y'all feel? I mean, listen, maybe there are people that do want to see Rush Hour 4. I'm still of the belief that in today's world, because we have so many different lanes for comedy, for entertainment, streaming, etc., I'm really of the opinion that, like, I don't know if comedies are really going to be all that good anymore in theaters. Like, I just don't see how comedies used to get us into the theaters. I don't know if that's going to work anymore. Maybe Scary Movie could do it. I think just because it had that little legacy, but I don't know. I don't know if that's really going to work. We'll see. But y'all let me know, how do you feel about a Rush Hour 4? Is that something that's on your must-watch list? Will you be tuning in? Will you be checking out? Feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Mambo, caught alive. Finally, I'm usually performing at 8. Okay. Rush Hour 4 can work just like Bad Boys. It was a big enough hit that people wanted. So that's, I mean, possible. Maybe. Um, I think that with Bad Boys, you still had the Will Smith factor. I think Will Smith was probably a bigger draw. Um, maybe. I mean, I'll watch it just to kind of see, but I don't know. I don't know. But to be fair, to your point, I was kind of nervous about Bad Boys, and then I was like, "Oh my gosh, Bad Boys was fantastic! Like they did it." So, and you got the original director back in there too. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know if this is a slam dunk. I'm not gonna say it's a brick, but this is gonna be one of those things like we just gonna see it, and we're gonna wait to see if it actually gets in the basket or not. I don't know. But thank you. Appreciate you hanging out too and coming to the live. All right, let's get to second to last. We'll talk about this and then we'll talk about Stranger Things. But I wanted to talk about Black Panther 3 just real quick. So I want y'all to take this with an extreme grain of salt. Extreme grain of salt. I don't think that this is confirmed. I can't even say whether this is, 100% accurate or not. But there was this what's it called? Productionlist.com. And it's basically one of those sites where, people will be able to put up the movies that are about to come out, and they'll have little taglines about the movie and stuff. But once again, who knows? But apparently Black Panther 3 showed up on this, and it had a summary about the project, about potentially what Black Panther 3 could be about. So once again, take it with a grain of salt. But I wanted to share this real quick. It says here that so supposedly this will be shooting in June 2026. They'll be shooting in London. But the summary is what got me here. It says Black Panther 3, titled Shadows of Wakanda, will explore Wakanda's vulnerability after T'Challa's death, with Shuri stepping up as both warrior and leader. So if this were true, if this were true, let me make sure I say that very slowly. First of all, my gut feeling would hope that this is just kind of like a generic placeholder, kind of like how when a movie is in production, they'll have like a fake name, and that fake name is really just there so that leaks don't happen and stuff. So I'm hoping that this is also like a fake plot summary. The other point is, this sounds exactly like Black Panther 2. It sounds exactly like it, right? So that's another reason why I'm just not really feeling as though this has got a lot of weight to it. And third, let's just say that this is the plot for Black Panther 3. Ew. Ew. Like you gonna do this again? Like we're still going to, okay, hey, Black Panther 2, it did what it did. They wanted to, celebrate, honor Chadwick and T'Challa in whatever way that they chose. Whatever, fine. You gonna double down, triple down on that again? Like, we have to have another movie dealing with his specific passing again? Now, the other theory that people are putting out there in the rumor is that, of course, this could be that movie where, if we are having Shuri kind of be up there, and let's just be honest, we know Ryan Coogler has no problem killing people off. Shuri might be done. Shuri might be done, and that's how the mantle gets passed on to T'Challa Jr., Toussaint. I think already, if that's the direction they go in, um, definitely would be disappointed. And I think the bigger disappointment is not just because of the choice to keep going with T'Challa Jr. The bigger disappointment would be in the fact that there was a clear opportunity. Now, I haven't seen it yet, but we've heard Kevin Feige specifically say that there was going to be a soft reboot or a slight change in timelines in the MCU. That, to me, which is what we've always expected with Avengers Secret Wars, was that you were going to have the opportunity to finally start over and start in a way that doesn't keep you handcuffed to the past. So my bigger concern here is that if we're getting a Black Panther 3, I would be so heartbroken and disappointed that Ryan Coogler would potentially choose to hold on to the trauma of the past movie, which, let's be honest, that was not the way it was supposed to go, right? He did not anticipate Chadwick passing away. The story was going to be something different. It would really be disappointing to see a potential opportunity to start over, to start fresh, to start clean, and actually just say, hey, you know what? Whatever happened in the past, that happened in the 616 universe. That we had our time, we had our moment, we're done, right? We had our moment to mourn, we're good now. And then to have this moment to potentially restart, start fresh, start clean, and to say, nah, let me hold on to that and keep that going, because whatever happens after Avengers Secret Wars, that's going to be more permanent than anything else. I highly doubt we'll keep going back and forth in the multiverse stuff because it's too much. That's going to be the new trajectory for the MCU. You got all your character rights back. You don't have any restrictions or anything. So the characters that you have, you don't have to be held down by them anymore. You can recast, you can start new stories. You have a fresh, clean start. But if Ryan Coogler decides to double down on that, oh my God, that feels like a pre-fumble. Because why would we have to? I mean, think about it like this. When we have the passing of a loved one, or when we experience a tragic loss, while it might feel natural for a lot of people to kind of sit in that, if you ever had the opportunity in life to say, hey, I know you lost this, but here's a chance to restart. Here's a chance to go back and to do it differently. How many of us would not jump at that opportunity? What? I lost this tragic thing, or I lost this opportunity, but now I have the chance to do something bigger and better and different with it. I mean, who doesn't want a redo button or restart button? So I would only hope that whatever this production thing is talking about, that it is just a placeholder and it's not real. And I really hope that, because remember, when I had that conversation with Ryan Coogler, I asked him specifically, hey, there's talks of a reboot and a restart with the Russo brothers and Avengers movies. I asked him specifically, how would you feel if you had the opportunity to restart? Just start fresh. And he told me he could not answer that because it all depends on what the Russo brothers are doing. Right? So in other words, he has to wait and see what the Russos do before he can really start taking a direction with Black Panther 3. Now, Avengers Doomsday, I believe they already wrapped filming, if I'm not mistaken. But Ryan Coogler can and has, especially in the past, while they're making their movies, while the Russos are making their movies, and while Ryan Coogler's making his movie, because they did this for Black Panther and Avengers Infinity War, they go and look over each other's shoulders. They, while they're filming, oh, what's happening with Black Panther? Okay, cool. That's what you're gonna do in Captain America. All right, cool. All right, well, I'm gonna go do this in Black Panther, and then the Russos will go look at what Ryan Coogler's doing and be like, oh, that's what you're doing over there. All right, cool. We're gonna take that, and then we're gonna make sure we put it in our movie too. So there is communication going on. And given the fact that the Russos have already pretty much done what they done with Doomsday or whatever, I'm pretty sure that Coogler now knows what he's going to do for Black Panther 3. He did say that they're already working on it when he was talking to Deadline. So once again, and again, this development thing does say that it was last updated on the 4th of November of this year. So this isn't that old. Oh my gosh. Do not pre-fumble this. It is not necessary to go back, to hold on, to continue what happened in Wakanda, forever. You did what you did. Fine, cool. I don't have to like it. I can respect it. That's, I obviously creatively disagree with the direction they took, but ugh, this would be incredibly sad if they were to start a new storyline and the new storyline starts off with a dead T'Challa in potentially a reset universe. That no bueno. And you know what? If I get the opportunity to see Mr. Coogler again, I will tell him that. Because that's what, I talked to the Russos and I was like, hey man, variants are cool. I'm okay with this. Like, this is my dream. I told y'all that, right? I told y'all, I talked to the Russos. I showed them the pictures from the comics. Hopefully, we get that variant T'Challa thrown on the Infinity Gauntlet, just like in the comics. Hopefully, we get that. But yeah, so we'll see. Anywho, you guys let me know. What are your thoughts on a Black Panther 3? What are your thoughts on the potential of a Black Panther 3 having the same storyline again of Shuri dealing with the aftermath of T'Challa and maybe T'Challa Jr. doing whatever he's doing? Feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. All right. JN, BP is a central piece of Secret Wars. I hope that they bring a Black Panther from the multiverse. Rumor is that the new Black Panther is from the Fantastic Four universe. I don't care. That's fine. That's fine. I don't care what universe he comes from. As long, I do care. As long as it's not Michael B. Jordan. I don't want to do that. I don't want to go down that road. Can we not, please? I know we're already doing the cheesy stuff with Robert Downey Jr. and all. Can we not? And I have a feeling that it's going to happen. I don't want it to happen. I don't need it to happen. Michael B. Jordan did a fantastic job as Killmonger. I don't need him as the redeemed T'Challa or the redeemed one who's now Black Panther. I don't care. Please. Anyway, sorry. I just have a feeling that they will do that. It's kind of weak, but I feel like they'll be like, oh, somebody said it, so the fans gotta like it. Nah, G. Nah, not really. All right. Last thing for tonight. We gotta talk about Stranger Things season 5. First of all, let me just say right now, I'm not going to do a full breakdown on this. I already know that a lot of people have not seen all of Stranger Things yet. I mean, it just came out, like what, a couple days ago. You got 4 episodes that you can watch. And if I'm not mistaken, and I think we read this, the last episode is supposed to come out in theaters. My wife brought this up. So in case this happens, this could be watch party potential. It might. It might, because this is building up to a whole lot of stuff. Okay, so first of all, let me give a spoiler alert. Now, this is not going to be heavy with spoilers. I'm still going to keep some of the spoilers mild. So I'm letting y'all know now, if you have not watched Stranger Things episodes 1 through 4, go and watch the episodes, come back on the replay, whatever you want to do, that's fine. This is not going to be a full breakdown. I'm just going to react to some of the stuff. I literally just watched this last night. I don't even remember all the characters' names. I barely remembered everything that happened in the last 4 seasons. I mean, they waited like 18 years for this to happen. So I'm just going to give general reactions. I'm not going to recap the whole 4 episodes or none, just general reactions to things. I just wanted to talk to somebody else, so we will talk some spoilers. But I'm letting y'all know now, if you have not, you know what, let me put this in there, because I don't want nobody coming in. Why are you talking about this? What's going on? What are you doing? Let's see. Stranger Things. Yeah. Season 5. Okay. How about that? Stranger Things. Um, so I just wanted to kind of go over a couple things. If anybody's still here, you have been warned. Don't come in here complaining. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. All right. First and foremost, I just want to say this season kicked it off like nobody's business. I absolutely loved it. I loved how they just sat here. First off, we got 11 out here doing straight up hurdle jumps and everything. Loved this. What I liked so much about the beginning of this was how everybody was on their business. Everybody was sitting here like, you know what? We already know what these upside downs are. We know the Demogorgons are out. We know that Vecna's around. We ain't find this mofo yet to make sure he really dead. 11 is out here training. What I love about this is I feel like what they're trying to do is that they were trying to make sure 11 was not going to get hit with the same level of criticism that Rey got in Star Wars. No, she hadn't just been sitting around moving Eggo waffles with her mind. Nah, she out here jumping buses. She out here doing force jumps, and stuff, breaking records. And so I'm like, yo, I love this. I love it. I love it. I love it. And what else? Oh, and then yeah, man. And the fact that my people's got plans. They out here making plans. They got strategies and stuff. I'm sitting here like, okay, I want to see how this works out. I want to see where this goes. This was fantastic. I love the fact that they already had their own little communication systems and everything. Shout out to Rock and Robin. They was doing that for sure. I like that. I like that. That was very, very well thought. First of all, I don't know how to feel about both of these parents. Mike's parents. Shout out to the mom. If you've seen it, you already know. The mom got down. And shout out to her. I really thought Mike's dad was going to punk out. I really thought he was going to punk out. But he stepped up. It wasn't much. It wasn't much. But he did step up. That Demogorgon flicked him up like over that bed, like, get out of my face. But I'm not going to be mad at him because at least he took a couple shots. So shout out to him for that. But the mom definitely stepped up. I was very proud of her. She was, definitely on her A game, even though she was kind of she was she was on that sauce, Now this, y'all help me out. Did y'all care about this? Do y'all care? Like, first of all, I don't really see them as the couple. I don't see it. I feel like this is one of the most forced relationships in the entire show. Everybody else, Max and Lucas, just whoever, those feel real. This don't feel like nothing. And what is it? The conspiracy dude, he had mentioned about like, oh, but y'all have like trauma bonding. And I'm like, I feel like that's it. I feel like outside of the trauma, first of all, Nancy don't even look at him half of the time. Remember how she used to look at Steve? Listen, Nancy used to like Steve. She used to like Steve. She would look into his eyes and everything. She don't look at him at all. At all. They a couple in real life. Shut up. Are you serious? Are you for real? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I how? Because first of all, if they are a couple in real life, he absolutely upgraded because she is out of his league. I don't know how this happened. I don't know how this happened. Since season 1, she is out of his league. I don't, man. Listen, hey, man, don't mess it up. Don't mess it up because I don't know how you bag that, but don't mess it up. Can we talk about the obvious? Why are all these kids grown adults? Mike out here look like a whole college student that done graduated, trying to pretend he's still what, 14? I'm just saying, like, y'all, you done grew up. You grew into your face. Like, first of all, the whole show is absolutely wild for having us still believe that all these people, what was the timeline? 6 months? If that? Their voices have changed. Like, Luke is out here talking with bass in his voice. I'm like, wait a minute, bro. You saw when he confronted them kids that was gonna beat up Justin or whatever. Like, he was like, hey, you mess with him, you mess with all of them. I was like, okay, bro. Like, my man done grew up. I like the little gang. I like how they all together. You know, even the mom is down. First of all, shout out to the mom. She's a little overprotective, but I understand. She's a little overprotective, but I understand. But I like the fact that, you know, she listen, whatever needs to get done. What are we doing? Oh, we kidnapping kids? Bet I'm there. Oh, we smuggling stuff? Say less. I'm on the radio. I love the fact that the mom is just down. I love the mom being down. This works. Is this really from 84 to 87? I didn't pay attention to the time. And ain't no way. Ain't no way. They might as well kick this straight to the 90s. They should have just kicked this to the 90s and just said, whatever. We in this, right? Shout out to Steve. Shout out to Steve. I really like Steve. I didn't like him for like the first season because obviously he was supposed to be the jerk, whatever. But like, I feel like after he broke up with Nancy and after some time, when he checked old dude, when he checked Will's brother, and he was like, hey, maybe I'm not showing off. Maybe I'm just actually paying attention to your girl. Maybe I'm just paying attention as an actual friend. Maybe you got your eyes in the wrong direction. Maybe you need to focus on your girl rather than focus on me, who is focusing on your girl. I mean, Steve be right. Steve be right on stuff. You know, I mess with Steve. Steve is good. Steve is good. He's a good character. I like them. Shout out to this little MVP though, because Erica is diabolical. This little girl is one of my favorite characters now. I didn't like her at first because she was just that annoying, little sister, blah, blah, blah. She has grown into one of the better characters where I'm sitting here thinking like, you know what? Y'all might be able to do a whole spinoff with her. And what I really like about her, she's smart. I love the fact that she is smart. Like, she will tell you off and talk about some scientific equations right after in the same breath. I love that. One of the most well-rounded characters. She don't mess with you. She gonna talk about you. She got a name for everybody. Love her. Love her. Love her. Ah, man. Who else? Oh, let me tell you something. If I don't condone child abuse, but if there was ever an exception, this little, I can't call him names. That's mean. This one right here. Because I don't want to, go after, because they actually are kids. So I ain't gonna make fun. But the character. This character, I wanted to fight this character so bad. When they was in the barn, I was finna be like, hey, let him go. Let him go. Nah, he don't want to listen. Nah, he don't care about the mind. Let him go. I'd be like, Demogorgon, right here. Right here. He right here. Nah, man, gone. Gone skedaddle. Nah, we was trying to help your little punk self. Get out of here. Ooh, he got on my nerves. Now he came around. He came around. But boy, ooh, the back talk with his. If you ever just want me to not like a character, just be disrespectful. Oof, no. Um, hey, I like what they doing with 11. 11 out here with the whole shining effect. Now I need to see what is 11 gonna do against Pennywise. This is the crossover that needs to happen. She just pulled the Dick Halloran on him. Went all up in his mind, was looking through, getting the answers and everything. I love this. I love that 11 has taken her powers, taken extra steps. They raising the bar. They are raising the bar, and I like it. I like it a whole lot. So yes, I'm with this. Um, who else? You know, I will say I do like how Nancy is like really taking charge. You know what I'm saying? Like she's leading the groups. She's like, yo, I don't have time for this nonsense. I said run to the wall, run through the wall, do it. And she a shot, boy, she a good shot too. Listen, Will's brother don't deserve her, man. Real life or not. I don't even care what the situation is. It don't feel right. It don't feel right. This man right here is one of the funnest characters in this. The way he snapped that old boy when he was like, "Oh, only a spark plug." He was like, "Man, what? I'm smuggling everything in here, and you gonna have the nerve to complain?" Never thought this character would even grow on me, but he is funny to me. I like him, and I like the fact that he always do it with a smile on his face. I like that. Can we talk about how it is now officially ridiculous how these demogorgons can just go anywhere at any time? What are we talking about? This is crazy. And I will say that they shot this so well where these things were coming in people's rooms, these things were coming out of like nowhere. That is terrifying. They did a fantastic job with that, and I absolutely loved it. I had mixed emotions, and y'all tell me how you feel about her. Mike's little sister. Now, I know that they said that like they didn't tell Mike's family everything or whatever, but I was just so conflicted because I'm like, how old is this little girl again? Because she just believe in anything, just running around with strangers. Like, didn't nobody tell you about stranger danger? Not one person. Mom, dad, Mike, nobody told you about stranger danger? You just gonna sit here and talk to Mr. What's it? Nah, G, I don't like that. I don't like it at all. But I will say I did like the fact that she did end up meeting with old girl, and I thought that was kind of cool. I liked I was really wondering who could be in that other mental state area, and the fact that they showed that she was still there caught me off guard. That definitely caught me off guard. And I was definitely not anticipating that at all. I do like shout out to Linda Hamilton, right? Remember from Terminator, Sarah Connor. She's definitely a force to be reckoned with. I like the fact that she is about that business. Now, the real question is, why was she hiding old girl? And I've heard some interesting theories. Kristen, I know you in the comments somewhere. Somebody was saying that they were having what number was her? What was she? The girl, because 11 is 11. What number is sister? 8, 10, whatever. Maybe she's the one creating the illusions. Maybe 8. Okay, she's 8. I will say this though, like I had a feeling that she would come back into the story. I didn't know how she would come back because I'm sitting there like, ain't no way you about to have these little kids with powers running around and y'all not gonna bring them back into this show. Now I didn't know that they were bringing them back that way, but I knew she was gonna have to come back some way somehow. But I do like the fact I like the military presence here. I feel like that actually makes this whole thing feel a little bit more realistic because how you gonna have all these anomalies and you not gonna have the military or somebody notice? Like, there's only so much y'all can keep under wraps. And just to kind of wrap up, this final scene was insane. This was insane. The way that they sat here and made all this stuff, they done brought out all the monsters. They done brought out all the Demogorgons, and the way Vecna came out, it was just like, oh, surprise, yikes! And this man got like an upgrade of some sort of armor or something. Like I saw the report saying that the Duffer Brothers said that it was inspired by Rogue One in terms of like how he made his entrance and how he came back. I was like, y'all did it. That was perfectly done in my opinion, because that return, that execution was done perfectly. And last but not least, shout out to my man Will. Will has been going through it from the very beginning. I think that they've done probably one of the best jobs with his character having so much personal growth, you know. And what bothered me was Will was already traumatized. Will, I mean, you're talking about a kid who clearly is trying to deal with his own identity, dealing with like bullying and stuff like that, dealing with being a product of divorce, right? Like his parents were divorced, and to have a monster come after you, kidnap you, and let's be honest, violated him. Like I was actually kind of surprised that they showed us all of that. Like I was really surprised that, like, wait a minute, y'all gonna sit here and show this little kid having being violated. You not only gonna choke him, but then you gonna force that stuff into their bodies and stuff. Like, I was sitting here like, okay, I feel like some of this I didn't need to see. Some of this was starting to cross the line for me. But for this man to upgrade to Super Saiyan 5, for this man to sit here and be like, I'm the captain now. I dug that. I dug that. And I like it. I like it. Now, it doesn't make the most sense to me, but I like the fact that now it feels like I feel like we got the Avengers coming. You got Will with his little upgrade. You got 11. You got 8. You got the ragtag team, the Scooby-Doo team. Listen, I feel like we got a real chance to finally put an end to all this. But Vecna is also a problem. Vecna is a problem. And the way the theory that I have, some way, shape, or form. Because y'all know where Max was hiding. Somebody's going to trick him and force him into there. Because clearly he had some sort of traumatic experience, some sort of issue, probably as a kid that messed him up. And I'm guessing maybe he was lost in the mountains as a kid or something like that. I got a feeling number 8 and 11 they're going to hold hands and they're going to kumbaya. Ooh, they're going to hold hands with Will and they're going to force Vecna into a mental illusion and cripple him or something. Something going to happen. I don't know. Anyway, I'm here for this. Stranger Things is fantastic. They are doing what they have to do. Right now, if I had to grade these first 4 episodes, I think I got to give this a 9.5 out of 10. I mean, we don't know how it's going to end, but man, episode after episode, you had me locked in. I was like, next episode, next episode, next episode. I'm here for this. So you guys let me know, how did you feel about those first 4 episodes of Stranger Things? Where do you rank it on a scale from 0 to 10? Feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you have any theories, feel free to share those as well. I'll go back and read a couple of those later on. My man Mike, how long are you shooting until you start running? First of all, the moment I see my regular AK-45 machine gun, whatever, ain't doing no damage, I'm out of there. The moment I see that, first of all, they should have already known. The military, these are not new to the military. They've been studying the Demogorgons. They know about them. The Russians knew about them. So they should have known, oh, these don't work? All right, then. And be gone. Be gone. Man, shoot. Hey, 2 bullets. If 2 bullets to the dome don't kill you, I'm out of there. What am I going to do? What, like, wait for you to slice and dice me? No. I'm out of there. The second I see this is not effective, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. All right, guys, that is all I have. I held y'all way too long. I'm sorry. It's so late. It's past our bedtimes. I got to watch football tomorrow. We have Welcome to Derry. We got Welcome to Derry coming up. I don't remember if, I don't know if this episode we need to watch or meet on Sunday or not, but just keep an eye out. It'll either be Sunday. Oh, it won't be Monday. Dang, maybe we do have to do Sunday because I got a screening on Monday. Wait, do I? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I got a screening on Monday, so I can't do it with y'all on Monday. So Sunday, I guess Sunday night it is. All right, guys. I will see y'all for Welcome to Derry on Sunday. Otherwise, if I don't see you, it's been great. We will hopefully see each other next week. You guys know the routine, though. Wash your hands, wash your butts, and everything in between. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Say T'Challa, we need a recast. Chat would agree, and I truly believe that. Stories untold, I pray that we get to unfold. Don't kill them, we don't need to see that. A black man is king, I think that is crucial. If not for the grown-ups, the kids should move you. Representation, let it multiply. Stop telling the stories, how legacies die. We can explore the world of Wakanda by addition and not replacement. 1.3 billion, how was that? And I'm making a statement. Being pigeonholed to a role like there could be only one is deflating. Man, it's a mindset that ain't died yet, cause the lack of seeing our faces. Sure, we can be the queen of the nation. Women should feast, we want elevation. Now, wouldn't it be dope if they rose up together without doing something as cold as erasing them? We got respect for Ryan and Nate. They doing their best, they stuck in the middle, but I hope they think about what is at stake. Don't rush it, but please let the saga continue. Doubling down on Black Death is a trope we no longer want to handle. Wakanda forever, T'Challa forever. It's never been about the mantle. What is we saying? This ain't about Phantom and getting my way. It's all for the love, it's not for the hate. No matter what people are trying to say, we cast T'Challa. We cast T'Challa.